So Al, tell me, it's tough to get in the restaurant business. What made you get into the business?
Well, that's a good question, Franco. We can rewind back to 1980 when I got out of school. I did three years summer student at Stats Canada, and I got offered a full-time CR3 position back in the late 70s, and I just didn't want to sit at a desk all day. So then I got into sales with the Ontario Lottery Corporation, and for 10 years I grew my territory. They would cut me down. I grow my territory, they cut me down again. And then finally, after 10 years, I said, enough is enough. I want to work for myself. So where we sit now is where my parents started out back in 1970. And they used to have a small restaurant, and it was called Skyline Restaurant back in 1970. And they did that for 5 years. And I used to come in here, and this back part of the restaurant here was where the kitchen was. So it's kind of funny kind of looking at everything the way it looks now. I mean, we've been here 33 years now. Yeah, so my dad bought this property in 1970, and when they sold the restaurant, they moved, got into the grocery store business, and of course I did that, working nights while I was going to school. So I didn't mind working, and I knew it was kind of working for myself, which makes a big difference. So, well, 1989, a year before the leases were coming up on the building here, we had the restaurant on this side. That came up in April of 90, and on the other side was the Georgie's Pizza. That's where they started out, and they were on the other side, and their lease was expiring in July. So I told my dad about a year in advance. I said, don't renew the leases. I want to gut this building. And back then in 1990, we spent $350,000. He helped co-sign a loan for me, and $350,000. We stripped the building down to, took 3 layers of flooring out, took all the plumbing and electrical out, put in windows, doors, and just made it into one big restaurant that seats now 110 people. In the summertime, I have another 40 seats on the patio. Yeah, I get to be my own boss. I don't have to answer to anybody. And the funny thing is, when I got into this, and I was really naive because I never really actually owned my own business, but we were set to open November 19th. It was a Monday in 1990. And I had the staff in on Thursday, Friday. We got all our food delivered, and we were prepping the restaurant to be open Monday morning. And the funny thing is, Friday morning, we were all done and we were set to go. And I told the girls, I said, let's leave the door open, even though the sign outside said opening Monday, November 19th. I said, let's leave the door open just for the hell of it, and we'll do like maybe a dry run, and just if anybody comes in, we'll serve them. It'll be like a good practice for everybody. The cook was in the kitchen. He had all his food put away, didn't have any specials or anything on. And leaving the door open, doesn't the place fill up at lunchtime? And we weren't even officially open. But me being naive, I didn't realize it was a government pay week. And Friday, everybody had money. So, and the best advertising I could have done, I went around, I introduced myself to everybody, and we probably had a good 60 people in here. I told them, I said, look, if you have time to wait, lunch is on me today, but we don't have any specials or anything prepared. And you know what? That was probably the best form of advertising I've done. It was free. And then when Monday we opened the doors, I've been blessed. It's nonstop. And last 2 weeks ago was 33 years. So yeah, it was nice. It's nice. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky.
Question number 2. So wow, I come here a lot and I see the same faces here all the time. What brings people back here all the time?
You'd be quite surprised when you've been here as long as I have. Parents that came with their kids back then, their kids are starting to come in now with their kids. That's when you know you've been around too long. And I've been the motto, I don't gouge people price-wise. People say my prices are too cheap, but it makes a difference too when you own your own property. It's your own building. You're not, you don't have sure, I've got overhead to pay. I've got rent to pay. I'm sole owner. I'm not paying a franchise fee to anybody. It's just, I've never had to walk away from anything. And I'm very fortunate to have the customer base we have. We have had people that have been here from day one that come in 5 times a week. The girls, they walk in the door and the girls know exactly what they want to eat. You know, the breakfast, it's just, yeah, you want your over easy bacon home fries white today? Yeah. And it amazes some of the customers. And some of the customers like to, I've got Kathy, who's been with me over 22 years now. She's a single mom, and she's made her living off of being here, working. She's built up a rapport with a lot of customers, and then with my wife Anita being here too. And it's a family atmosphere. That's the big thing, is we're all family here. And I've rarely, before COVID, I never had to worry about replacing staff because people stayed here forever. I had one cook with me over 25 years in the kitchen, and then when COVID hit, he wanted to retire, but he still comes in now to this day. He still comes in every Sunday morning and helps me on Sunday, just so he can get out of the house. We've got that family vibe going here. Yeah, it's the customers appreciate it. The one funny question is, on the weekends I stand by the door and I seat people, and a lot of them that don't know me say, "Are you Al? Like, you're really Al?" The real Al. So it's nice. And since I've been doing that, seating people more and more, people have got to know me now too. I'm not one to go around and ask people how their food is and that, because I'm more of a back kind of staying in the back end, and I just like to keep an eye in the kitchen on the food that comes out. And all my 33 years, I never had to work in the kitchen once until COVID. After COVID and we opened up, and I was having staffing issues in the kitchen, and I physically had to work on the grill for 6 months, and I was not happy. I was not happy because I wanted to be out in the front of the house to see what's going on. Yeah, I was able to find a couple of replacements, and yeah, we're all good now. And people come back, because the food is consistent. Yeah, and it helps. People come in to see me and the girls, and they know what they're getting. It's like I've had people that come in that haven't been here in 5 years, or they work. I still get guys coming in that were here during the ice storm back in 1999, 98, because Nick was born in 97. So 98, January of 98 was when we had the power failure, and we had companies from Oshawa and all over coming in to help the hydro guys in Ottawa, and guys that still pass through now still come in to say hi. And I mean, these guys came in, it'll be like, what's that, 24 years now when they came in, and we still get the odd ones that pop in and say hi. And yeah, it's like I said, it's all about family and creating a family atmosphere with the customers. It's great. Like I said, I'm blessed. Come over to Al's Diner when you have time. We're open 7 days a week. We do all day breakfast. 834 Clyde Avenue off Carling, Clyde Avenue North now. They put the North in a couple of years ago. So 834 Clyde off Carling. Yeah, we're one block west of Churchill, and we're right across the street from where the old Canadian Tire used to be, and that's being renovated now in a big gym. So great. Thank you, Franco.